Hello, it's Monica Dubé with Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Life coaching program. And I am doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles to help bring you out of fear. And right now we're on lesson 27, which is above all else I want to see. And I love this lesson. It's just amazing when you see that what you're doing with your mind is keeping you in fear only because you're not seeing anything clearly. You're not truly understanding who you are. And so anytime you have fear thoughts, you're actually looking at ideas that are completely false, and you're misperceiving everything. So I wanted to give this lesson today because I find it to be really helpful. Today's idea expresses something stronger than mere determination. It gives vision priority among your desires. So vision meaning you get to see everything differently from the way you see it now. You get to see everything through the eyes of love rather than fear. And you can't have both. So you may feel hesitant about using the idea on the ground that you are not sure you really mean it. It doesn't really matter even if you really mean it. You just have to do it, okay? So the purpose of this exercise is to bring the time when the idea will be wholly true a little nearer. So the idea that I want to see above all else is an idea in your mind that will shift you out of fear and bring you into the state of love and holiness. How does it do it? Well, you might think that it's going to take time, or it's going to be hard, or something is asked of you that you don't want to give. You're asked to sacrifice something. And truly, this has absolutely no cost to you to see everything differently. In fact, it's going to give you an incredibly different way of looking at everyone and everything. And wouldn't that be nice? So, the idea for today needs many repetitions for the maximum benefit, so you should do it every half an hour. Above all else, I want to see. And what you do is repeat this short sentence to yourself without disturbing anything that's going on. No matter what you're doing, even if you're in the middle of a conversation with someone, you can repeat the idea, above all else, I want to see. And what this means is, I want to see something other than what I'm perceiving, because my eyes are always only showing me very limited perception of reality. And the reason it's limited is that we're in third dimension, and that's a very limited perception in a multidimensional universe. So all around you there's light and there's love, and your spirit guides are here, and everyone you've ever loved is actually available to you, but you don't know that because you're stuck in third dimension. It's like 88 keys on a piano. You get to experience just that one note. So it's very small. And when you start to realize that you don't have to do that to yourself anymore, that you can choose to see everything totally differently, then you take a breath and you release and you allow something new to happen, then something can shift really dramatically for you. You can come out of fear instantly if you choose to. But you have to do it. You have to make the choice, because all of the power of decision is yours. Okay? And you're using the mind of God to do everything you're doing, which is either attacking yourself, which is what we did yesterday, or setting yourself free and releasing you from the fear that you've been in. And sometimes we really struggle with fear because we think it's out to get us. It's that big, huge monster that we've made up, and we think that big monster is coming to get us. And it's not that at all. It's just some thoughts. And they're all lies. So it makes me really happy to realize, above all else, I want to see because I want to be happy. I don't like my dream of separation. It's not a happy thing. So here we go. We're going to do the next lesson too. I'm going to jump right ahead because you want to see, but you want to see all things differently. In other words, I want to see all things differently. I want to see that differently, the lamp differently, the chair, the printer, my foot. I want to see the camera, the phone differently. I want to see it as what it really is, right? Everything here is actually supporting you and bringing you home. All of your relationships, everything is here to support you in your homecoming to the truth of who you are. Because everything is in your own best interest. Okay, we did that lesson before. Everything you've ever experienced has brought you further to the place where you can wake up and be free. And isn't that a wonderful thing? Wouldn't you want that? If you knew that it was within your grasp, within your reach, to truly wake up and find yourself in heaven, wow, that would be pretty amazing. And it is within your grasp, because it was within my grasp when I was coming out of depression 30 years ago. So if you want to be free, just type in the comments, I want to be free. And then share it with your friends, because this will set you free. Today we're really giving specific application to the idea for yesterday, which was above all else I want to see. I'm doing two together. The question of whether you will keep them in the future is not our concern here. If you are willing at least to make them now, you have started on the way to keeping them, right? Commitments we're talking about, definite commitments. You're making commitments to yourself. And we're still at the beginning, so we're in the beginner's mind. We're in the mind of wonder, of discovery, of not knowing, of being completely free and open to be taught something new. It's really important, because if you think you already know this, oh, I've already done that lesson. Well, I've actually done this lesson probably 30 times. Probably more than that. But, I've done the course for almost 30 years, so every time I pick it up, though, it speaks to me and it gives me something new. You may wonder why it's so important to say, for example, above all else, I want to see this table differently. But in itself, it is not important at all. But what is by itself? What does in itself mean, right? You see a lot of separate things about you, which really means you're not seeing at all. You either see or not. When you have seen one thing differently, you will see all things differently. When you choose to wake up in the morning and see yourself in the mirror and love yourself, that's different from what you used to be like. Because I remember, where I would criticize myself when I looked at myself. Choose to look at yourself completely differently, and everything changes. If you choose to love yourself and say, wow, you look really fabulous today. Wouldn't that be nice to wake up to someone telling you look fabulous? Yeah, you can do that for yourself. Don't wait for someone else. Really. When you've seen one thing differently, you'll see all things differently. So the light you will see in any one of them is the same light you will see in them all. Isn't that cool? It's really attractive, when you really see that you can see light in everything. You want to see light in everything. You want to see light in your relationships. You want to see light in the people on the street. You want to see light in your coworkers. And you want to see light in wherever you are, in everything you see, in the lamp, in the coat hanger, right? The coat hanger, God is in the coat hanger. Do you see that God is in the coat hanger? That coat hanger is an amazing thing. It holds your coat for you. What a wonderful thing that is. So every little thing in the world is actually in a state of harmony and service to you. Grass growing, you can walk through it with bare feet. How wonderful that feels, right? The sun is shining to give you heat and warmth and energy. Your body's functioning really perfectly. If it isn't, you just need to do some work on focusing on where you're out of balance with yourself and out of harmony. And there may be beliefs and stuck energy there, and I help people do that, shift out of those beliefs so that you can come into the true health of your real state of mind, which is peace and joyfulness and abundant health. Above all else, I want to see this differently because I'm not defining it in past terms. I'm not telling it what it is. I'm saying, oh, I'd love to see this differently. I'd love to see this note differently from my boyfriend. I'd love to see that differently. Actually, I really like the way I see it now because I appreciate it, and I appreciate, being loved. I appreciate giving love. And it's all been an incredible experience of wonder to discover how you can love someone. But you have to love yourself first. And honestly, I've really learned that by doing it. I learned to love myself by loving myself, by taking the time to spend with myself and ask myself, what do I want right now? What would I really like? Well, I really like doing these videos, so I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. And I hope you are too. So, above all else, I want to see this table differently. You're committing yourself to seeing the table differently. You're committing yourself to seeing your body differently. and opening to the experience of not judging it, okay? Because when you judge, you aren't seeing anything. You're just seeing a stupid idea in your mind. That's not true. So you could, in fact, gain vision from just that table if you could withdraw all your own ideas from it and look upon it with a completely open mind. Wouldn't that be nice to look at everything with a completely open mind, where you're not telling everything what it is, where you're shining your light on it, where you're allowing it to love you and support you. And my chair is supporting me perfectly. My table is supporting me perfectly. This book is supporting me perfectly. And the camera is supporting me perfectly. So I can be in love with all of it, right? And that's where I get my joy. That's where I find freedom and happiness. And it might seem really silly to you that I use these objects to experience love, but if you're not, then that's hard work, because you're in resistance to what is. And that's hard work. Resistance is really you trying to figure it out or control or think you even have to intellectually understand what I'm talking about. And I'm not giving you an intellectual understanding. I'm giving you an experience of true happiness and joy that comes from just appreciating every little thing that's here, right? Every little thing. The lamp, the paint, the photograph on the wall, my spiritual teacher. I have a picture of my spiritual teacher, Amma, up there. I have Jesus up there. I mean, all these parts of my life that have come together to bring me to this moment, I can completely feel gratitude for and appreciation. Because truly all I need is love. All I need to know is that I am what love is. And if you can do that, then you're going to find this peace of mind just comes over you. And you have no idea how it came about or why. And it won't matter, because you're going to just be totally thrilled with it and happy. So we're going to just use the table and really ask to see the purpose of the universe in the table. Isn't that great? You'll be making the same request of each subject which you use in the practice periods. Above all else, I want to see this blank differently. You fill in the blank, and you look around the room. I'd like to see this differently. I'd like to see that differently. And that's how I woke up, when I realized that I could be grateful for absolutely everything in my house and in my room and in my life. I thanked my refrigerator when I woke up in the morning. I started to believe that I could change my mind about everything. And that made me really happy, was to see that I was causing my own suffering when I was depressed. And depression and anxiety really just comes from a complete misunderstanding and blocked emotions around who you are and what you're doing here. Because conflict comes from not knowing what you're doing here, or wanting something and not doing it. Okay, you want this kind of life, but you're not doing it, right? That could be the issue that you have that's causing all your conflict, is I really would like this, but I'm doing something else. That's conflict, right? I'd really like to wake up, but I'm not giving it any attention every day. Well, if you really want to wake up, you're going to give it some time. Like if you want to play an instrument, you're going to practice every day, right? That's how I got good at playing the clarinet. I was just practicing every day. And I didn't have to do it for long, but I loved the act of doing it. And I loved being willing to be shown how I could learn the next thing, the next scale, the next piece of music, the next, what's the next lesson, right? I want to learn the next lesson. Because when I recognized my commitment was to seeing everything differently so I could be free and happy, and that really took, a decision on my part. But once I made that decision, and once you make this decision, you'll set yourself free for the rest of your life. And I mean this. It works. It's like doing a forgiveness exercise with someone that you really can't forgive. When you finally get to the place where you can, and you just let go, and you go, I can't forgive this, I don't know how. Something in you shifts, and you just surrender. Like, please forgive this for me, because I don't know how to forgive. And that happens a lot. You get in these painful states, and you're not sure how to forgive yourself or someone else that may have hurt you. That's still going on in you, though. You're still in a perception of that person. It's still in your mind. It's still imagination. So maybe you've never even truly forgiven someone who hurt you. Okay, so just think of that person right now and admit, I can't forgive you. Simple. But I want to see this differently. Okay? And watch what happens. See how something changes for you. Forgiveness is really just letting go of your perception, because what's true is always going to be true, and what you're misperceiving is not showing you the truth. It's all lies, right? So the key is to learn how to decide you want to see everything differently. Okay? I hope this helps you. Tomorrow we're going to do God is in everything I see, right? We did a little bit of that today already. But the reason that you can be happy is that God, the benevolent creator of the universe, not the man in the sky, but the creative energy that created the entire universe and is generating all life now, is in everything you see, including you. So wouldn't it be a nice experience, or a better experience, than to judge, rather than judging, to bring you into the state of recognizing, oh, God is in everything I see. Wow. So I don't have to go looking for God. He's right here. And he's in here, and he's in your own mind, if you let go of your fear. So this is really a beautiful teaching from A Course in Miracles. I hope it's helping you. If you want to know more about me and what I do, I'm at healyourmindhealyourlife.com. And I'm a coach and a healer, and I help people shift out of fear and come have some breakthroughs in their lives so they can step into the clarity of what they really want to do with their lives, or let go of judgment, fear, lack, anger, all that stuff that keeps you blocked. All right. I hope to talk to you soon, and I will be on the on the video tomorrow with God is in Everything I See, lesson 29. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Bye.